So the roundhouse is the predecessor to the blunt, and it's probably the next move you want to learn after you've learned to spin. It's a move you can do on waves, big waves, small waves, corners of holes, and it's a really dynamic way to do a 180-degree direction change from front to back. And it's lots of fun.
There's two moves out there you're about to learn. One is the roundhouse and one is the blunt. But you know what? We're not going to separate it into two separate chapters because they're really the same move. The only difference is one, you go like this, boom, and you turn around in a back surf flat. And the other, you go boom and you go vertical. This is a wave move that allows you to go from one direction to another super quick. And it's your ticket to getting not only vertical, but eventually aerial. The roundhouse is very similar to the spin. But let's say you're surfing off to the wave onto the right. You're pointed to the right. Typically, we would spin to the right. In other words, if we were pointed to the right, we'd use a right back sweep and turn around. The roundhouse blows everything you've learned about the spin away and turns it the other way. Pointed off to the right, you put your left stroke in and spin the boat around. This is going against the grain, but believe it or not, it's not hard to do. The technique for doing the roundhouse is simple. Get to the top of the wave, just like you would for the spin. Soon as you know that you can get some down the wave momentum, angle your boat off to one side just slightly. Start off with a very little angle. As soon as you start dropping into the wave, whatever angle you're pointed at, drop that edge in the water. Now immediately lift that edge out of the water, dropping your other edge and throwing in a back sweep. What that's going to do is spin you around backwards. You're actually going to spin around quicker than you would with a normal spin. The reason is because by dropping one edge and then lifting it out of the water, it for just a split second makes your boat slightly weightless, meaning it's planing on the water better and there's less water resistance. If you throw your back sweep in really quick at that moment, and that back sweep is going to feel a little bit like a bow initiation stroke we learned in Flatwater a little bit ago, it's going to spin you right around into a back surf. Very cool. Now, let's take it to the next step. Let's do the same thing. Let's do the same roundhouse technique. You start dropping into the wave, you drop one edge, you lift that edge out of the water and throw your back sweep, but this time let's drop a lot of edge. How much edge? Well, if you want to do a blunt, that's what a blunt is, a vertical roundhouse. If you want to do a blunt, drop 45 degrees of edge. Your boat will come up 45 degrees and land in a back surf. If you want to do a blunt and go totally vertical to 90 degrees, then drop 90 degrees of edge. Now there's a few things that might get in your way of doing the roundhouse or the blunt. The most common mistakes are dropping into the wave and not throwing a really fast edge transfer. Instead, you drop one edge and you slowly drop the other edge. You just don't have enough time to get the boat around. Your boat starts dragging and coming off the back of the wave. Another common mistake for doing the roundhouse and as well as the blunt is that you don't do a good back sweep or stern initiation stroke. The key is to make sure that you get full extension, you reach back behind you, and you throw it in snappy and hard. That brings it around really quick. It's important that you accelerate your boat spinning really quick. You only have about a second to get the boat from a front surf to a back surf. Any longer than that, you're going to drag and fall off the wave. So if you can remember to get to the top, drop in, drop your edge, flip your other edge, and boom, lean forward and initiate your backstroke. You'll end up in a back surf, and you've done a blunt. Congratulations. You're going to be air blunting before you know it.